Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on my Ford F-150. And the problem today is that, well, that window goes down and up. That one goes down and up. That one back there goes down and up. But the driver's side, not so much. And I hear something happen when I push the switch, so I don't think it's the switch, but we'll see when we take it apart. So let's take this door apart and see what's going on inside. Alright, let's see about getting this door panel off. Two screws down here. You know, I'm gonna go get myself a magnetics part tray holder. Be right back. Yeah, that's better. Stick that there. Let's see, there's a panel here. Don't want to damage anything. There we go. There. Let's see. What else do I need? Next, I think we need to take the speaker plate off. Let's see if I can get that from the bottom. Maybe the side. Trim removal tools so that don't damage anything. Oh, there's a piece of plastic right there. See that? Ha. There you go. Where'd that come from? Ah, right there. All right. Speaker. Let's get the speaker out. There we go. Go. There we go. Now that that is loose, we should be able to just lift straight up. Miss that one right in there. That is bigger than that. Figures. Alright, now here's the, oh yeah, these are going to be a problem down here. I need to remove these without breaking them. That's easier said than done. Let me work on that. Bring you back. Alright, there we are. Those are out, so now this, yep, that makes it a lot easier. Let's shove this door handle through. And we're in. So, the motor is actually back in there. So that's the motor right there. And before we go and start just taking everything apart, let me see if I can get that plug out and check to make sure that we have power going to it. That'll be the first step. So it turns out I can access it through here. So this is the pigtail that's connected to the motor. I got the plug out, and what I want to do is I have an ohm or a voltage ohm meter, multimeter here. I'm going to plug some of this stuff back in. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that one goes there, goes there. Let's see if we got it. I'm going to turn the key on, get some power. Oh, you're in my way. All right. So, do we have it? Yeah. So that one, that's the window switches have power. All right, so voltage. Let's take a look. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but you see? I think you can see. So I'm gonna hold these probes on at 0 volts, 12. So we had 12 volts, 0. 12 volts, 0. Okay, so the switch is working. All right, so it's not the switch. So I plugged the motor back in, you can see it right there, and everything's connected. This thing is a pain to get to. You really have to remove the entire window regulator and everything, which is a bigger pain if you can't get the window down. So I'm gonna give it some love taps here. And maybe it'll start working. It's a shot in the dark. Oh, look at that. All right, so it started working for now. I don't know whether I want to disassemble the whole thing and replace the motor or leave it as is. Let's get the window regulator out of there with the motor and see what's going on. Clearly, wrong socket. All right, let's get the window regulator out of there. And to do that, let's disconnect the window from it. Hopefully that will do it. That'll hold, right? What could possibly go wrong? All right, let's take the window regulator all the way down. That's fine. I'm gonna undo the bolts and let's get this thing out of here. Oh, there's one. And there should be 2 down here. I don't think you don't have to take those all the way out. Let's see, there's here. All right. Don't want to mess this up. Don't want to rip this. This is kind of the waterproofing. I'm going to put this in a safe place. All right. What we've got here. Let's try and get this out without damaging everything. There we go. Come on out. Come on out. Motor's in the way. Motor is still connected. It's all right. Let's disconnect that real quick. You're in my way. There we go. That's good. Try not to destroy anything here. There. Come on. Stop that. Hey, stop that. Ah, there we go. Good. Let's take a look. Alright, so here is the whole regulator assembly, and we are interested in the motor right there. I have a new motor assembly, but the problem is that this is for a 97 to 2003 or 2004 Heritage. It's not right for this truck. I bought it a long time ago, and I've had it. It was wrong. But I'm wondering, are these motors? Are the motors interchangeable? No. Different bolt patterns. I wonder, can we make it work anyway, even though it's not quite right? Let's see, I see 3 screws holding this motor on. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get you closer. How about that? That's better. Yeah, 3 screws holding that on. Let me see if I can get this motor off. Alright. 3 of these. I know it's customary to replace the whole regulator rather than just the motor, but the motor is what I have, and that is not the same. That is not the same. Will it mount up to the same holes? Yes. No. No, it will not. I think these are just too different. They are too different, these motors. Alright. So I went online and looked for motor and regulator assembly. Turns out that the regulator with the motor is actually cheaper than the motor itself, or about the same price. And getting it locally is almost twice as much as getting it online, so I guess we're going to wait. But I figure that in the meantime, maybe we take this one apart and see how it works, and maybe try and see why it might have seized up. It's kind of all integrated together. Huh, look at that. I don't really see... Still grease on the end of that. I don't really see why it might have failed, per se. So worm gear. There are the motor brushes right there. This one feels a little bit more springy than this one. Maybe, I wonder if the spring has a problem in there. Let's see if this thing will, yeah, that comes right out. Okay, so the connector, so this piece is the connector right there. Interesting, okay. And is that thing a fuse? You think that's a fuse? Yeah, I think it's a fuse. I think that's a fuse. And let's see. That goes to that brush, and this goes to this brush. I don't know whether it stopped working because it wasn't making contact for the brushes, or there was some corrosion. Not sure. Guessing maybe there was corrosion here and it wasn't making good contact. Yeah, there's definitely stuff. So when it stopped working, the truck had been sitting a while. It actually sat over the winter, and I didn't use the window the entire time. So I wonder if corrosion built up on this is the commutator. I think that's the official term for it. I wonder if there was just corrosion there and it built up and it stopped making contact. Because I don't really see, and then after, you know, hitting it, giving it a few love taps, it started working again. I'm not really sure. Maybe should we clean it up and put it back together and see if it, you know, see how long it goes? Got some brake clean here. That's almost done, but has enough for what we need. I think the brushes are usually graphite, and so that's what a lot of this actually is graphite from the brushes left. Let me work on that a little bit more. Let me see if I can. I don't really want to sand it or do anything like that to it because I don't want to, that'll tear up the brushes. That's not bad. It's all right. Not the greatest, but I think it'll do. Should we put it back together, see if it works, and if it does, I'll leave it until it stops working again? I'm not sure about lubricating this. This worm gear is, there's actually, it's hard, you can't see it in the camera, but down there it engages with a plastic gear. It's this white plastic, and I don't know what would dissolve that, or if any lubricants would dissolve it. I feel like certain lubricants would dissolve that plastic, so I'm actually not gonna mess with it. It's pretty smooth as it is, so I'm gonna leave it alone. So that's what I came up with. I jammed these screws in here to hold the springs back, and that way these brushes kind of are not so springy. This one still, the wire is kind of making it springy, but maybe we can jam something there like that. Maybe that's enough to get the commutator to go through. There we go. It is in. All right. It is in, but the wrong way. It's supposed to be reversed. All right. let me do that again, but it is there. It's that's how I'll do it. So let me redo that and I will bring you back. All right, now we're on correctly. So let me release these screws. Good. All right, I think we're back together. All right, so that worm gear turns the pulley. All right, so good. And this goes on like that. Is that backwards? Does it matter? I think it matters. I think it just... Maybe it does? No. I think that... the shaft needs to go into the bushing up here. I think that's what the problem is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The magnets are pulling it to one side and it can't go down into that bushing. That is what is going on here. Because yeah, there's no key or anything. That's all that's happening here. Come on, get in there. Don't you want to go back together? Yeah, you do. You know you want to go back together. You know you want to. Do I need to put the shaft in to this first? And I need to get that seated first? Maybe that's what I need to do before I get it in the... get the brushes. It's clear that it's not happening. Alright. Alright. Let's see, without the brushes, is that seated? Will it go down in there? Now it's seated. That got it seated. Yeah. Yeah, that works. So that's a trick to get it seated in there first. Alright, so now let me go through the whole process of getting the brushes back on there and getting this motor back together. Yeah, I know I'm wasting a lot of time on this, but since the new one will not be here for several days, and I think that this one will work, and yes, let's continue. So I'm going to do that. You don't need to watch me do the same thing over again. Alright. We're back at the brushes are over the commutator. Actually, I think the gasket is supposed to go like that. It's supposed to go slightly under this this white thing. Why didn't you guys say something? That's better. That looks a little better. Yeah. Almost there. I seem to have lost a nut. Can't find it. Yeah, make your jokes. Found my nut. There it is. Let's put it back together. Before I screwed up the tag, this said 12/2014, so it's been about almost almost 8 years. 8 years, so 7 years and 11 months. That's how long this thing has lasted since I last replaced it. Maybe it will last a little longer. Alright, we're back together. I think the real question is not if it's going to work. I'm fairly certain it's going to work. I give it an 85-90% chance this is going to work. The question is, how long will it last? That's the real question. Let's go put this back in the truck. Alright, when I plug this in, is it gonna play ball or not? Let's find out. Key. Alright. Are you gonna play ball? Wow, sounds much better. Sounds much stronger than before. I like it. Good. The glass. Let's see. Will this engage properly? Maybe? I think the glass is engaged properly. Alright, let me tighten up those pinch screws and try and lower the window. So if you tighten down too much on these, probably break the glass, so let's not do that. Let's not lose any tools. You ran out of memory card space, but oops. All right. We have a window that goes down and up. Alright, the waterproof plastic is back on. It's actually not sticking very well. I think it's been taken off too many times, and the bead of glue is kind of hard. Maybe I could soften it up with a heat gun, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's in place. It's being held good enough, and the panel itself will kind of hold it in place as well. So let me finish up with putting the panel back on and bring it back. The trick with the panel is to get all of the hooks in place. So there are hooks like that drop down because the whole door panel lifts up, and the trick is to get all of those in and hooked, and I think they are. Phone's ringing. It's almost dark out. I don't know if you can see or not, but we are. How about that? Got a working window. All the other switches work too. I tested them, I checked them. So what's the last thing? Is to pop all of these panels back into place carefully. It is an 18-year-old truck, and things are brittle. And all done. Well, thanks guys for joining me on this video. I hope you learned something. I learned something. I learned that I need to check my part numbers and check the fitment before I order stuff. I ordered that a long time ago, so it's not like I can return it or anything like that. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you like these videos, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next one.